Hi everybody, it's Diane, Lucky Gardenia. I have been missing in action for, I can't even count. It's been a month and a half or maybe more, and I am alive. I actually had a really surprise comment come in well after I had done some of my videos, and I was keeping up with how many people were watching and really focusing on that. And then about a month and a half ago, I had several events happen that really took priority over doing really anything that I enjoyed. But I think it was last week, it just touched me so much. There was this comment out of the blue that said, I can't wait for your next video. And that just touched my heart and put a big smile on my face. And something else that was so touching to me is someone took the time to find me on Facebook and send me a private message, and just to tell me how much they really enjoyed my videos and felt like we had common interest as far as, I guess, what we were working on and our taste, and that they enjoyed my videos. So that just, it just takes one or two remarkable comments that just really touch your heart. Trying to wrap up in a concise way what's been going on. I'm sitting in a new area of my apartment. I had this area that I don't know if you can see over here. I have 3 antique doors that have been hinged together that I use somewhat as a room divider. And since I had moved from a house into an apartment, I had things in boxes that I wanted. I didn't want to get rid of. I didn't want to store them. And this area, it has a vaulted ceiling. It was just perfect that it could store everything. Well, there was a need to get into this area to do some repairs, and within a very short period of time I needed to move everything out of this area, which it was not possible to move it into the other areas of my apartment. So with my family's help and the use of, or getting a humongous storage that I was able to weed through stuff, threw out a great deal of things. Hopefully didn't throw out things that I'm going to regret, but have things just thrown into storage. I need to, when it cools off, make it out there and really get it into some type of, organize it. It was such a time crunch working and trying to make it happen. I know it sounds ridiculous, but when, a lot of times I'm really tired and I work pretty long hours, whatever's needed to do my job, which is sometimes 10 o'clock at night or 12 o'clock at night. I'm going to do what I need to do. And having a thyroid that really does not work functionally, that it's hard for me to do things that you may seem to have no issue with. So all in all, I didn't have any time for even looking at cross-stitch videos, because I knew it would just break my heart, and every time I watch them, there was things that I would want to purchase, and I just had to forego it for a little bit of time. And I still have a lot of work to do within my apartment. I have tons of hobbies, and as I've said in my other videos, that I like everything. I want them all. And so some of the hobbies that I'm currently not working on or haven't done in quite a while, I'm moving them to the storage area. All that aside, had some medical concerns come up with one of my daughters that was heartbreaking, and then also right at that same juncture, my dad was rushed to the hospital. He's He is something else. I don't know if I probably shared it. It's really hard for me to remember if I did or not, but back in early part of February, he almost bled out from, I don't believe that a colonoscopy was done correctly. The surgeon stepped out and let somebody else finish off on it. A couple weeks after the fact, he just started hemorrhaging, and they didn't think he was going to make it, and you know, we were trying to figure out how to handle it, because my stepmother has also got an unusual, unique dementia. So he pulled through. Right now I can't think of how much blood they pumped back into him, but he really had a difficult time recovering, and has been in the hospital a couple of times, and he's got, you know, lung problems, kidney problems, and heart problems. So, you know, trying to get the meds kind of synchronized, or helping one situation with blood pressure, you know, could hurt his kidney, so to speak. And you know, every day he was falling, and so anyway, just a lot of emotional situations going up or coming through, and dealing with them as a family. So I hope you forgive me for my absence, and don't have anything I'm working on. Hopefully you understand why. I do have a couple of new purchases. Also, someone had asked on one of my videos, you know, I had not done cross stitch since the late 80s, and I was married in 81 and had my daughter in 82 and 84, my second daughter, and around that time I was picking up cross stitching. So all in all, with going through all these boxes, I have come across some of my old projects, and I'll show those to you, that, you know, what I accomplished. This was probably in my late 20s, and then just put it down. At that time, I think I believed I moved on to quilting. Was quilting. My grandmother was a quilter. I'm at least 5th generation quilter. So she and I shared a lot of good times. She had never been officially through any type of classes or courses, and at that time there weren't, you know, obviously there wasn't the web, buying online. There were a couple of shops in the Dallas area, and there was one called the Great American Cover-Up, and I would go down to downtown Dallas on a Saturday, go to my class, and then run over to my grandmother's, who was close, and she wanted to make a quilt along with me. And it was really, you know, a special time that I seem to have had a unique connection with my grandmother. I think I look like the Dags. My grandmother lived to be almost 101, and she's very dear to me. So that's how I kind of moved from cross stitching over to quilting, and then I picked up other hobbies. One of my other interests that I don't know if I've mentioned or not, I love dolls. You know, it started out as collecting Barbies. I've gone on to different types of dolls. Nancy, I think storybook dolls was one that I is near and dear to my heart. My mother had them as a child. I also like Madame Alexander, Jean dolls, and I just thought maybe at the end of my video I would maybe show you one of my dolls that I have, and share that with you. Certainly, if that's not your thing or not your interest, you can certainly, you know, move on to the next cross-stitching video. Well, let me first go through and share with you my projects. And this one I don't remember doing, to be honest. I know I did it because my initials are on there. I don't know if you can see. It's a cute little teddy bear that obviously has a toothache, and it's wrapped in a quilt. And because I was young and married, I, did all the framing, and, some have not held up very well, but I still think I think I did a pretty darn good job, if I do say so myself. Since I'm self-taught, let's see. This one, the frame is no longer on it. It's huge. I don't know if you can see it. It has a saying, but it has this Nordic, somewhat, from kind of like the Swiss Alps, and it's got geese on it, and I'm amazed, I must say, that I was able to do that. Totally can't believe that I was able to actually accomplish that. And then, in addition, along that same vein, is this one. And I actually, before I found this one, I was able to find the pattern on eBay. So I ordered it, then I found this that I actually still had it. I believe there's another one that, a pretty major project that I did, I haven't run across it yet, but who knows what I might unearth. I'm gonna reach down here. These next, here's the pattern that I found. It's by Burnett, kind of cross stitch. This was actually a kit. The one I had actually a book with different, I must have had those 2 patterns in it. This was actually a kit, and I went on and ordered it, and to tell you the truth, I can't remember what I paid for it. But who knows, I may give it another go at it. These other things, one, it's not cross stitch, it's crewel work, but I thought they were cute. And in junior high, I think when I was in detention or something, I worked on this camel, and my daughter Jen loved camels. I knew she loved donkeys, but had no idea she loved camels. I thought she was going to walk away with this. And what's interesting, it's on burlap. So that was something I did, and this, I have no idea when I finished it. It says Sunset Designs. I never really finished it off other than turning back. I don't know if you can see this. It's, measuring the height of your child. So I obviously, it says, Rainbow, I am as tall as sunshine, butterflies, teddy bears, bumblebees, turtles, flowers, and ladybugs in a worm. Anyway, and it has the inches over here. So I'm sure that was in my daughter's room when they were little. So I'm certain I didn't do it in junior high. I probably had no forethought of doing anything like that or having children. But obviously I found some time to get that accomplished. That's all I've come across as far as past projects. But I do have 3 things that I will share that it's haul. I know that I've told you about one of these, and it'll be the first one that I show you. It's the crate labels and seed packs, and in one of the books for Kohler Designs, they had about 3 of the labels, and it was the carrots, it was the tomato, and the lemons. But I was able to find this, I think it was on Amazon. Someone who was selling it paid way more than what it originally sold for, but since it was the only place I could find these, I felt it was worth getting. I've started the lemons, which is right there, and I was looking at this today, and There's several on here that I think I'd like to do. There's a cute eggplant, and then there are oranges there. I don't know if you can see it. Also the cherries and the artichoke. I think it's just really cute. So, and these aren't really huge. They're probably 5 by 5, but they're just really packed with stitches. So it's not something that I think you could whip out quickly. Another one, I came across this, I was searching the web trying to figure out some pattern that I liked, and actually found this Ellie Mae and Friends, and it's called Be My Friends, and it's just like a 3-part sections of this little kitty cat and a bumblebee, and I thought it was sweet. My sister loves cats, so who knows, that might be coming her way eventually. And then lastly, before all the havoc broke loose in my life, I purchased this at Hobby Lobby, and it's by the Governor, and I believe they sell this also on Amazon. It was originally $40. I'm sure I had a 40% coupon at the very least. At one time they had, I think, their patterns on sale for 60%. I'm not sure if I caught it, you know, at the 60%, but and this is small. This will end up being 5.5 by 5.5. But I thought that was really interesting. Oh, what else can I tell you? Anyway, this new area is, I never finished my story. Going back to clearing out this area after they completed the repairs on the ceiling. There had been some water damage. I thought, gee, I will use this space. My daughter was wanting to make me a craft room. I thought I will keep it really minimal, and this table that I have is really from Canton Flea Market, first Monday, so, and I had it out on my porch, and I thought, gee, I need a table in here, and brought it in, and I like shabby chic, so it was perfect. And then I've brought in some of my silk ficus trees, and I love, you know, twinkle lights, so they're all twinkled out, and I do have enough space that I can, you know, move things around, that I could actually do yoga in here or watch. I have tons of exercise tapes. I used to do belly dancing, so I could do belly dancing. I could do the walking tapes, just all different kinds of things that I really was hesitant to do because I'm on the second floor. But the way this is configured is, this is a living space on the top floor, but under the first floor, it's really a sunroom where it's a porch, so it's not inside their house. So I figure I can just stomp away up here, and nobody would know the difference, hopefully. So I haven't done it yet, but that is on my to-do list. Lastly, okay, I have a doll that I came across whenever I'm stressed. I know it's not a good resolution to it, but I love to find really good deals on dolls. And normally I like vinyl dolls, like I said, the Barbie dolls, I like Jean dolls, but there was a doll that for the life of me, I did not realize it was this huge. I think it's 19 inches. Yes, let me see if I can get her up here. Thank goodness she comes with her own stand. This is Marilyn Monroe, and she's in a lovely dress. It's a porcelain doll, and this is one of her first kind of roles that she had where she wasn't just a bit player. It's all about Eve, and she was a up-and-coming performer, and anyway, it's just lovely. It's I think this is, you know, obviously not fur, but it's supposed to be mink, and it's just exquisite. The doll is just remarkable. So let me know if you want to see more of my doll collection. I've got a lot of really cool dolls that I would like to share with you if you are interested in seeing them. Anyway, just wanted to reach out to everybody and hope you're having a great weekend. It is, look at my clock, it's not quite 1 o'clock in the morning. This week leading up to this weekend, I wasn't sleeping very well. I think if I got 4 hours a night, it was remarkable. So last night after work, I had to go to bed. I was just exhausted. So I slept, I set my alarm clock, I slept for 4 hours, and then poof, I was up till probably 2 or 3 in the morning. So again, I got up late today. I think I actually slept for 8 hours. So my body clock is a little bit off right now, but I figured it was a great time to try to pull together how I was going to tape this or video it, and hopefully, you know, you can hear me. Hopefully the lighting's not that bad, and the only bad thing is that I have no remote control to my phone, so you're going to see me jumping up here, and I don't know how to edit, so I'll be turning this thing off. But I just want to wish you a wonderful weekend and week coming up. Bye, y'all. Happy trails. Happy stitching.